Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, strap yourselves in. It's time for your Tilton Talk Show.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's the team, down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. We chant at Super Blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Let's hear you in the pub, singing our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the point at home when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We have a team that's tops here at St Andrews. They're gonna give us what we're longing for. It's Birmingham forever. Let's hear it from the stand. So come on, city, sing this song once more. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you.
Well, tonight it's 6:30. Welcome, ladies and gents, girls and boys, to the Talk Show. Along with us tonight, we've got Paul Hipkiss, who will introduce you to in a minute, along with Mark Adams and Chris Browne. That is the team, plus me for tonight. We'll find out what's happening to Craig shortly. A draw against Burnley and an undeservedly loss against Blackburn over the weekend. But we're holding our own. We're playing well. And that's all we can ask for at the moment. Yeah. So this is what Monday nights are for, the Tilton Talk Show. Yeah. Mark Adams, welcome and greetings. Great to see you at the Blues your night, mate.
Yeah, it was nice to see you, Nick. You were. I know. Can I just confirm that Nick really does hate Balti pies? It's through the one that Chris brought him in disgust.
With a vengeance.
They stink.
Oh,
he had made
lovely.
himself, the one and only Mr. Paul Hipkiss.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
I
said good evening for you then.
Champ of the water, the button.
Good evening.
Woo, woo, woo.
And of course, the one and only Chris Browne.
Good evening.
Oh, you said you were never going to do that again.
No, I didn't do it.
He did, didn't he?
Nah.
Back me up, team. Back me up. Okay. Here's my experience from last week. Couldn't go to the game on Saturday, working. But Wednesday night, went down to the old St Andrews and dragged myself up the hill at the back of the Tilton, the back of the main stand and railway there, into Bar 8, which has been renamed again apparently. Bar 8. Because it changed its name a couple of weeks ago, but it's now Bar 8, and it'll always be known as the Ray Hobro Bar 8. Had a drink in there, £5.50 for a pint. Discuss for a start. Alan, how much is a pint down your way? Pint of lager.
Oh, you're picking the wrong place, mate. This is the South Coast. You can pay fivers for beer. There's only Wetherspoons, and I don't go in there on principle. That charge a respectable amount, shall we put it that way? But everybody else, it's £4.50 to £5.50.
Or if you went for a pint of lager in your local pub, how much?
Probably about 4.50, five or something like that.
£3.80 here.
Really?
Jesus.
Yeah. That's
We've got
about,
to pay
yeah.
now. It's inflation, isn't it? That's the world we're living in now.
It is. I know. I get it. But, however, anyway, time to enter the hallowed ground of St Andrews, and in we go. And at the back where we were was one of the street food sellers. It was 10 quid for chips and pulled beef and some sauce and whatever else. And as I walked to the top of the stairs,
With me?
had theirs, taken one spoonful out of it, and left it on the side.
Yeah.
Now, either he's got a very poorly tummy like Chris Browne, as apparently he's got 2 buckets under his table tonight,
Oh, I know, yeah. It's gonna be-
or it was dog awful. And I don't want to try it. I want to try it in case it was dog awful. The game itself, you know what? We played Burnley. We played one of the top 3 teams in that division, and we matched them inch for inch, mile for mile. And if anybody is going to tell me that was a good performance at St Andrews on Wednesday, you are joking. It was an outstanding performance. Mr. Fixer has joined the crew. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, she is. Olivia herself.
No, I've changed it to Mr. Fixer now, Chris. It's not saying Olivia anymore.
Oh, doesn't it? Oh, right, okay.
Where's your daughter? I thought she was going to be on the show tonight.
She's hiding downstairs with her friends having a Halloween party. So I've come upstairs to stay sane.
No, what was the question she posed to me in bar 8?
So yeah, can I really embarrass her?
Yeah. Of course you can.
Everyone knows.
If you don't, I will.
My eldest daughter, for some strange reason, believes that an ale, ALE, is a fish that lives in a shell, and I have no idea why.
Pardon?
She is absolutely adamant that's what it is. So we'll say, Nick, she was suitably embarrassed. It was rather funny, and I love the fact that you made her cringe. So you know, she might stop asking now.
Sometimes you've got to cringe to learn, haven't you? Sometimes, you know what I mean?
Oh, he is embarrassing though, isn't he? Yeah.
Within the process of beer making, there are elements of fish required.
I'm not going to tell her that because she'll think she's right. But Nick, I will say she also sends her apologies because she didn't fully grasp it when you said, "Do you watch the show?" Because she actually does, but she didn't hear you properly. So then she said, "No."
She said, no. She goes, "That's an ale." I goes, "No, perhaps that's an ale."
Is anybody else completely lost on this conversation?
I think there's slight confusion between eels and ales.
I haven't got a clue. I feel like I've just been having mushrooms or something.
Snails and ales. That's what it was.
Right, I've got some photographs from Wednesday night. One of them is Chris Browne eating. I forgot to put these up on Facebook. I'll do it later. Yeah. One of them is Chris eating his Balti pie. And the next photo on my photo reel is the remnants that he left on the floor. We were a little bit later, ladies and gents. Right, Mark, was you at the game?
No, I watched it on Blues TV on Saturday.
I was at the game. I saw you there. I saw you.
Oh no, sorry, you're not Blackburn. We're talking Burnley or Blackburn?
No, I did mean the weekend, mate.
Yeah.
Anybody go?
He hasn't got a clue.
Right, okay. We've no proper right to comment though, but you know, from what I've heard and what I've seen, pretty good performance all round, really. Yeah. And you know, you get stung.
Yeah, we played okay. It's just that final third again. It was like the same old habits. We just need to start putting, teams to bed. Really, we need to start finishing. Hogan top scorer, but still misses his fair share. Can't be too critical. It would be nice to see the midfielders chip him with a goal or two to ease the burden a little bit. But there's nothing to be too downhearted about. Look forward to Friday. Hopefully I'm confident we can bounce back, and I think we can. I know it's a bit early for predictions, but I think we'll beat QPR. I've got a feeling we'll beat them.
It's not very often that we see Birmingham on top as far as possession is concerned either, and it just shows that possession doesn't mean that you're going to go out and win games like some people seem to think. But the stats didn't lie at the weekend. We did play very well, holding the ball. really good. But yeah, Mark, you're right.
Hey, what
Yeah.
I saw
Final
Wednesday,
third didn't exist.
sorry, mate. What I saw Wednesday, right, was desire, was need, was want, was teamwork, was professionalism, right? Hernandez, my God, off the scale. Chong, superb. Ruddy, once again, brilliant.
Fantastic.
And when Hernandez comes up to take a corner and he's going like this to the crowd, that's what I want to see. That's the passion I want. That's the passion that I need.
Hannibal Nick, not
You
Hernandez.
means Hannibal. He means Hannibal.
Give me a lecture on it.
I think he's
Oh.
Be a car.
Everybody begin with an H. That's all I care about.
Can I say, when did he come back?
yeah.
What
I
the
think-
pies like at Carrow Road, Nick?
How much? It's time for me to be a broken record again. In both games, how much better were we when he went 4 at the back and 4-4-2, and he got us back in the game against Burnley. We equalised when he did it, and then we scored obviously on Saturday and nearly got the equaliser as well when he did it. You know, I just think it was so much better when you got Hannibal, Chong, and Bakuna in the middle with Bielik behind them, say, and then you got Deeney and Hogan up front. You can start Colin and Longelo to bomb forward as well. You know, and I know that leaves the centre halves a bit exposed, the two at the back, but I think Trusty and Sanderson are absolute sound partnership to do it. And I just think that if we did that, we'd definitely score more, in my opinion, anyway.
Yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, you can't say very often as well that, you know, a goalkeeper being man of the match, and Blackburn's goalkeeper was man of the match. I mean, that tells you the whole story as well.
Yeah.
And what fantastic saves he made to actually keep them in it. You know, all credit to him at the end of it.
fair play to him.
Yeah.
But I watched it on the box as well, and I can honestly say, for me, Burnley are a better team than Blackburn. I think actually, the two of them, Burnley are the ones that I think will get, you know, in and around an automatic spot.
Yeah.
I'll say Blackburn will drop away, but I just think they're more playoff contenders than anything else. But then again, the league is just it's unreal. Paul, you said it last week, but two more wins at the top of the table compared to the bottom. I mean, come on, that's just
Crazy.
stupidity at the highest degree.
Yeah.
And yeah, Mark, I think we'll give it a damn good go on Friday evening. The only thing, I've got to be honest, the only thing I'm not looking forward to is yet again another game under the floodlights. I think, you know, it's
I like them.
Oh, I do as well. I love it.
I think the atmosphere is just good. I think it's, you know, everybody's at work to start off with, so you can't go away and have too many sherbets like a lot of people do on a Saturday beforehand, which for me is what enhances that atmosphere in the ground. And yeah, we'll see. Hopefully I'm proven wrong. I mean, I will say, Burnley, the noise when we scored that goal, I haven't heard that down at St Andrews for a long time.
For a long time, yeah.
I like the fact that John Eustace isn't afraid to have a go. You know, we're 2-0 down and he'll have a go at trying to get us back in the game. We're 1-0 down at home to Burnley. You know, he'll go 4-4-2 or 4 at the back. He played like a diamond, didn't he? He had a diamond in midfield. Yeah. Like Monk used to when he was here. And, you know, that worked well with the players we had on the pitch. And, you know, it got us the equaliser against Burnley, and we could have even gone on and won that game in the end as well. We created a couple of chances as well. I thought it was a penalty, by the way, on Trusty. You know, when the free kick went in and he headed it wide, the keeper took him out. And the keeper never touched the ball, and he took Trusty out, and it looked like a penalty to me, that did.
We've seen them give it, haven't we? Yeah.
Yeah, what do you think, Alan? Have you seen that?
I did at the time, and it wasn't even spoken about, was it? I thought, hey, hang on a minute, you know, he's just, as you say, there was no contact with ball, and he just flattened him.
Yeah.
You know, goalkeepers get away with anything, don't they? They'll come out steaming, flatten somebody, and get a free kick.
Yeah, I think the only reason I think that it wasn't given is the fact that, you know, Trusty had headed it wide maybe before he touched him, just a split second before. Maybe that's the only reason I can think.
Yeah, maybe.
He definitely took him out.
Yeah. Would VAR have given it? That's the question. If that went to VAR, would they have given the penalty? And I think the answer is yes.
Yeah, I think it would.
Yeah. It was an interesting one yesterday, wasn't it, with Lloris in the Tottenham game? I don't know if anyone saw that when he came out.
That was offside. I'm 70, 90 miles away from there, and I saw the ball touch that bloke. He tried to head it, missed it, hit his shoulder, and when they showed it in slow motion, the ball changed rotation because it touched him. Yeah. And you're thinking, and then they say goal. What? oh, it wasn't. Nobody could be sure that it actually touched him. Well, open your bloody eyes and have a look.
Say what you think, Alan.
What about Harry Kane's goal, you all? You're on about Harry Kane's goal there, yeah?
Harry Kane's goal, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going off subject here, but yeah, I'm on about, like, we mentioned obviously keepers get anything, but yesterday, Lloris, when he come out and Callum Wilson scored a lovely dink.
Oh, yeah.
But he clashed with Callum Wilson, didn't they? And Callum Wilson got up and dinked it over him. Great finish, and the goal was given. But I think a lot of people were expecting a foul on the keeper.
I was. I expected him to give something. And obviously, as they scored, he could only give it in the goalkeeper's favour. But the more you saw it, you're thinking, they just collided. And of course, the problem was the goalkeeper fell over, whereas the forward didn't.
Yeah.
And you're always thinking the referee's going to be, taking that as into account. But fair play to him, he didn't. And they stuck by it. Good,
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, but no, I mean, I'd like to think that he'd be half tempted on Friday night to take the game to QPR from the first whistle and go with this diamond with the 4 at the back again. Start with it.
I would.
Get at them from the first whistle and get a couple of goals early, rather than doing it when we're losing. Do it to get us 2 or 3 goals up, because I think we'd be even more deadly in front of goal with it. I really.
Yeah.
Well, that's the challenge now, isn't it? We've had some really good draws against the top sides. The Burnleys, the Sheffield United. Let's try and tweak that into wins.
Yeah.
We've had some really good points, but let's try and turn some of them into 3 points.
Well, could you imagine though, Bielik, Hannibal, Chong, and Bakuna in a diamond, Bakuna behind Deeney and Hogan? I mean, that is a good team, isn't it? And then you got Trusty and Sanderson at the back with Colin and Longelo left back and Ruddy in goal. For me, that's good enough to push for like top half. That is, in my opinion. Yeah. You keep them fit.
Yeah.
I was thinking yesterday that if I could pick one player from the whole of the league to come into our side, I couldn't think. I come up with Pookie in yet. Pookie's the only one. You say, well, and I think every team in the league would have him. But there's no, as I said, 8 leading scorer, and I don't even know who that is, has got 8 goals, and Hogan's got 7.
Yeah,
we're complaining about his finishing.
Yeah. And that would sad. I mean, Harley Dean. I just noticed Benji Smith saying, why am I dropping Harley Dean already? And he'd be very unlucky to be left out because he played really well since he's come back in. And you'd have to pick a 2, wouldn't you, from Trustee, Sanderson, and Dean? And I think whatever 2 you pick out of those 3 will do a good job for us anyway.
Yeah.
So
that's a great situation to be in, really.
Yeah.
I'm not dropping in based on performance at all. It's just the formation. I'd want to change it up.
It's formation rather than personnel, isn't it?
Yeah.
Interesting times ahead, I think, as well. Queen's Park Rangers, they've got 30 points, I think, top of the league. We're 10 behind them at the moment. If we can scratch that down to 7, come the weekend. And I'm saying it's going to be a big ask. We know that, right? But you know what? All we've got to do is turn up like we did for Burnley. Turn up and do exactly the same as you did Wednesday and as you did Saturday. Just turn everything into a performance, because I was thrilled to see that kind of football being played at St Andrews. And I told Mark, I said, I've not seen this here probably in the best part of 10 years. Yeah. 8 or 9 years since Christy Houghton was in.
I'll tell you,
it's been there, Nick.
Absolute desire. Sorry, Paul, go on.
I'll tell you what, Nick, right? My missus said to me yesterday, shall we start looking at places to go in May? And I'm like, nah.
No way. Crazy.
Not South Final.
First time in about 9 years that we might have a outside chance of getting in the playoffs. I'm not saying we will, but I'm not willing to commit to go away in May right now. Put it that way.
So Stevie Gerrard gets a sack straight after the game and has to go back on the club bus, which I thought was hilarious. And he left Birmingham straight away, and he went via the
You know what I mean, like? Because he's Scottish. I think the one thing with this team is that they're going to put in a performance. They're going to give you which a few months ago, you wouldn't have said that.
But Chris, I couldn't pick anybody out that I thought was either lazy or not performing or underperforming. Nobody. They were on them and they were on them.
Yeah.
You've got to call, mate. I'm on you. I'm on you straight away. That's
right.
That's actually been like that, though. I would say after we had that decent start, then we had a little bit of a blip, and then after that blip, we have been like that since. I think we used to say that Blues could never turn up against the teams that are below them in the league, right? We haven't seen that this time round. The same drive and mentality is there no matter who we're playing. Burnley were a fantastic side. We hit them on a fantastic counter-attack, something that we can't say again very often has happened down there. But the key for me is it's continued. Even when we were down and we were, we conceded that goal, but we didn't look as though we were going to be out of it. We looked straight away as though we're going to go back into it and give it a damn good go. At Blackburn, we're two down, but arguably more of the game. So that's the difference now, is I don't fear actually going behind, whereas before I could never see a way back.
No.
Now I do. And do we play better when we're behind? I think possibly we do.
Well, I think we do up our game. I think you're right.
You know what I mean? Against Burnley, it was like the roof lifting off St Andrews. That was damn noisy, Mark.
Yeah. Somebody's just mentioned that as well. I thought the atmosphere was fantastic, and I gotta say, I'm probably the same as Nick. We don't normally go in the GM that often, but the atmosphere was fantastic in the GM.
All right, wasn't it? Yeah.
It was all right. It was pretty good. Yeah.
But what we said earlier about Harley Dean, obviously, let's say we play through it at the back then and Harley Dean's in there. Then you've got to pick a midfield three from Chong, Hannibal, Bakuna and Bielik, haven't you? You can only pick three of that four. Who misses out? If you do that, if you play the formation we normally play, who misses out? I know Bielik will be there, but who's going to
help that ball, I'm afraid.
He shoved Chong forward, hasn't he, to get those three in?
Yeah. But
and that again, he hasn't scored. He hit the post. He should have scored. And whoever it was that was racing in got there too soon. And whoever it was, I think it was George Hall, should have had a tap in. But the ball came off so quickly off the post that he missed it. And you're thinking, what have we got to do? What have we got to do?
Sorry, Alan, this is what I alluded to earlier when I said it'd be nice to see our midfielders chip in with a few more goals.
Yeah.
He would ease the pressure a lot, but you see other midfielders for other clubs and they're all chipping in, like you say, they'll be smashing the back of the net with those chances. But
if the leading striker in the division has only got 8 goals, there's a lot of midfield players scoring in this division, aren't there? Because by this time, and we got 17, we'd have somebody on 13 or 14 goals normally, and their side would be racing away. But that's not happening. So I think when they come up against teams like us, they don't score. Their midfielders are they're too busy chasing our midfielders around to be scoring wonder goals. Black. It's the second one. I thought the first one, fair play. It was good that they got past Emmanuel Lolongo on the left, and he cut in, put a great cross in, and it was 1-0. Fair enough. But the second one, who's this scruff bag with his socks down, and he's his shirt looks like he's 16 sizes too big. He scuffs a shot through somebody's legs, blindsides the goalkeeper, and it rolls in the corner. You think, oh, here we go. Is this Birmingham City as we know and love? Yes, it is at that.
You just described Steve Claridge then.
Yeah.
Just describe me on a night out.
Yes, years gone by.
I ain't going out with you then.
At that point, but we're not like that anymore. We'll give them a go.
I want Mark's verdict on how he thinks Hannibal's playing lately.
I think it's superb since day one.
Can we make this a focus point every single week?
I think, yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should, yeah. I think we should rename him as well. Hannibal Robe.
We need a brand new feature in the show just called Mark on Hannibal.
Yeah, Mark on Hannibal. Yeah, scores.
Marks on Hannibal.
Okay, Mark, what it is
Marky Mark Marks.
Give a 5-minute analysis of Hannibal's game every game. Live on this. Yeah?
5 minutes is going to be a long time.
It can be a long time, yeah?
Call it Rogue's reaction.
Let's get Marks on Hannibal. What's your Marks on Hannibal in the Blackburn game, Mark?
This is like Strictly Come Dancing in the hold up a card.
Out of 5, Mark.
Out of 5? For what? For Saturday?
Okay, we'll go to Burnley first.
3.
3? What? 3 out of 5.
Okay.
3.5.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Did you
Have this item already?
Oh no.
But I think
he was immense.
I know. Joking aside, he was unlucky to lose his place on Saturday.
Yeah.
You know, I was as shocked as anyone.
How many for Saturday did you say? 3.5?
For Saturday?
Yeah.
Well, he didn't really have much time to make an impact. I'd say 2.
Getting clattered. Right. Mark. So did he knock up or something?
Hey?
He was clattered many times.
He was
during that game. So maybe he's picked a knock up and said to the guy, you know what? Not quite 100% about this one. I'm just going to check a back seat for a minute. You don't know.
I reckon he's drove over Mark's cat at some stage. Hannibal.
Nigel Mann said that as for Hannibal, he actually thinks he is remarkable.
Oh.
No, it's a bit early for the last 15 minutes.
Can we have some more poetic?
Yeah, please, yeah.
Hannibal.
So that, ladies and gentlemen, was Marks on Hannibal.
Well, I'll get the
that's got a good
music.
I'll get the jingle ready. Marks on Hannibal.
You're going to do an American accent as well.
Yeah. Scottish. Bloody hell.
Hannibal the cannibal.
Oh, I kill them all.
Actually, going back to Hannibal, though, the one other thing that I absolutely love, right? Yeah, he turns it on the pitch, but boy, is he the most fantastic wind-up merchant you could ever want to see.
Who's that?
Yeah, wasn't he compared to Savage on? Yeah, he was.
Absolutely spot on. He wound up the away fans against Burnley. He came into Tilton and he was winding the fans up there as well.
Yeah,
it's exactly what we need. We have missed it since Mr. Savage hasn't been around, but you know, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. And boy, has he got the fans on side.
Yeah, it's brilliant.
I love that. Pete Tyler's hilarious, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Shall I read it? Yeah. Mark's wife must make him wear a Hannibal mask to bed or something. I want to know what the something is.
She takes a bottle of Chianti to the liver.
Michael Wood says, I think Mark should man-mark him.
Oh, yeah. Well done.
Already started.
Mark's on Hannibal.
Yeah. Mark's on Hannibal.
Yeah. Rejoin us again this time next week for Mark's on Hannibal.
Yeah.
I do like
What will Mark on Mark's for Hannibal?
Did you say my wife or my girlfriend?
Oh yeah, I forgot you're not married, are you? You're not married, are you? You're not likely to be not likely to get married.
I'm not married. Yeah, I'm not married.
Yeah. You're not married. No, you're not. No.
Yeah, he's not under the thumb. He hasn't got that mark on his forehead.
No, not yet.
Yeah, he says.
The job's becoming Hannibal and Tenable.
Nigel says he's got a great work ethic. Not you, Mark, but Hannibal. He's a great player. Yeah. Top marks, I say.
Let's say we get this investment from Richardson and Lopez, and it's January.
Obviously, we forgot about that.
We've just won the World Cup. We're all happy. It's January. And,
hang on. Yeah.
We've just John Eustace has suddenly been given about 3.5-4 million to spend. Where do we improve the team? I know we can try and sign the players we've already got on loan, but Let's say that at the moment they're on loan for the whole season. So where do we improve this team? Where
4 million. It's not a lot, is it? 4 million, really?
Well, let's say, I don't know, 5 then.
4 million is just about investing a few more tea bags on it.
I'd say another striker, Paul.
Yeah,
striker. We do. We need a striker.
We need a good
Would you get one for
Good
5
finisher.
million though? Seriously?
From League One, you might.
Yeah, I think so.
If you
It's got to
can
be
get
some
one
up and cupping. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, go on.
You say for not a lot of money, can we get a decent player? We got Chong.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. I suppose that's down to scouting, and isn't it really?
We've had him in the past. I mean, DJ Campbell weren't bad, was he, in this league?
Yeah.
Get a player like him, he'd be the ideal sort of player we need. Pace, good finisher. That's what we need.
Have we got nobody in the lower ranks? In the coming up through the ranks at all?
Al, do you know?
Well, the big lad, what's his name?
Josh Andrews.
Josh Andrews.
Andrews, yeah.
He's always looked the business because he's big, he's quite quick, but he's never fit for more than half a season.
Yeah.
He goes out on loan, he does all right, and then he comes back injured.
Yeah.
And then they get him fit again and stick him in the under 21s or whatever. And he looks the part again. And then he's injured again. And, he's been like that for 4 years now. You can't keep hanging on for those sort of people. He's the only one in the striker department. All our good players are all midfielders and defenders.
Dare
I say that?
I'd go for a loan, and I'd go hell for leather on a decent loan, because I think prices in January always get inflated, because it's at that point where you've got teams that are scrapping to stay in the league, and they want to get out relegation, they need a goal scorer, or somebody's pushing for that playoff spot, and then again, pay silly money for a player. I mean, I'd rather get somebody on loan with a view to a permanent move, and then put, a decent lump sum down.
We've used all our loans though, Craig.
Yeah, but I see a few of ours going back. Like, for example, Plaheta, right? I don't know whether that kid will stay at the club. If I'm completely honest, the way we're playing at the moment, I don't think he'd get a game.
He'd be on the bench, yeah.
But he's the only loan, though, isn't he? He's the only loan that possibly could go back.
Plus the fact he's injured.
Sorry, guys, which one was that?
Placheta.
Yeah. Okay.
Kid on the left. But yeah, I mean, the rest of them, you wouldn't want to lose them, would you? The likes of Hannibal and Trust.
No, but Anderson. Silly offer for Trusty for me.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Yeah.
Felix on the loan as well. I wouldn't want to lose either. I wouldn't want to lose him.
Yeah, there's too much talk for my liking at the moment around the fact that Derby won him back, and
yeah, I don't like that.
There's way too much talk, and I mean, I think at the end of the day, he is only on loan to us, so they can recall him if they really, really need to and want to. Yeah. But the question is, would he want to go back? Could we again make a silly offer for him? I don't know how left on his contract.
The only thing is these days,
it's 3 more seats in a repaired stand. # just saying.
Yeah, the only thing is these days it's agents, isn't it? It's agents to control these people.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of the time, these players don't have much of a say.
No,
I can't imagine. I mean, we touched upon this last week about Beerley. I can't imagine for 1 minute going to the World Cup, playing in the Championship, and then going to places like Morecambe away and League One clubs away. That must be I can't see him doing that. That would be soul destroying for him.
Yeah.
Sam Mullet's saying my mate's a Derby fan and they're definitely getting him back.
Well, yeah.
They might get him back, but if we buy him,
I said 4 million in January, but after seeing that picture of Maxi Lopez with those Arabs in Dubai, it might be 400 million spent on the team.
How much would you pay for Bielik now, today?
2.5 million, do we reckon? 3 million?
I'll get him.
Oh, that'd be a bargain at 2.5.
We have to keep all our low players. We've got to buy one of them. Buy one of them, and he's the obvious choice, isn't he? Because of his situation, Hannibal will be here for the season. He's not going to go back to Manchester United and play for them. but Bielik has, we'll have to buy him to keep him.
Yeah.
And then, okay, if I still can't remember his name, the Polish lad, he's fit by January, then we can extend his loan to the end of the season. But yes, looking at it, I would try and push the boat out and seal his signature, during the January transfer window.
Go on, Craig. Read it. I know I know what you're going to say. I know exactly what.
And I wasn't laughing at your comments. It was the one that's actually come in, which is from our friend Lily.
Sorry, Craig. Do this without laughing.
Yeah, I'm going to struggle. So, Mark, the comments is, Mark is an animal when it comes to thinking about Hannibal, but our Hannibal is a cannibal whose balls are hard when twisting round the opposition. It's laughable. So, how would you like to come back to that one, Mark?
Manageable.
I think she should write some Christmas cracker jokes.
That's hard.
They'd go down well on Christmas Day, though.
That's a good one.
That's some blues related Christmas crackers.
You don't get enough room on the paper in them, do you, for that many words?
No,
coming back to a comment,
very good.
I'd rather have seats than have players come in. I think we've all seen that there's going to be improvements to the stadium during the World Cup, but we're not going to get anything finished until the end of the season. So, for me, 3 more seats. That's 3 more people coming back to the game. We're playing decent football. There's no excuse around the ownership. I'm afraid to say all the noise that was there around getting rid of owners, it's not that it's disappeared. It's just that it's there in the background now. We're playing decent football. It's time to get bums on seats. The club are doing what they can to get people through the door. They've got offers for a few games leading up to Christmas. It's a pain in the backside for everyone that we haven't got a Saturday game. But let's get behind them. Let's show that if they did fix miraculously all the seats in the stadium tomorrow, that we could fill the place, because I don't believe we could.
I don't think we could.
We've said it before, haven't we? We're not even
from South Africa. Apologies, I'm running late. Welcome to you, my friend, and to everybody in South Africa who listens to the show. Nigel Mann wants to know if Hannibal's got a blue robe. I think that's it. Yeah,
I do like this comment from Pete Taylor.
The Hunt poem.
I'll just say that one again, because I think mine missed it.
Unavailable.
If you missed that, Pete Taylor says, I won't type out my Jonathan Hunt poem.
If you did, Nick's reading it out.
Hang on, it's slow. It's slowly. You can see the cogs working, and
Nick's it's going there.
He'll get it in a bit. And then he'll laugh. He'll go, "Oh yeah."
Because what rhymes with Jonathan? I can't think.
Punt. Runt.
Run don't rhyme with Jonathan.
I know it doesn't. Does it? I'm moving on.
Do we think though, going back to next season, possibly the end of the season, do we think we can scrape one more season out of Deeney? Do you think he's done enough to go for another year?
I think so, Mark. I think you'll
hope so.
Yeah, at least another season, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Even backroom, I think.
His experience.
The more he's playing, the fitter he's getting, isn't he? He's getting better when every game he plays. And this little decent run we've been on, he's played a huge part in that for us.
I think he's had 4 or 5 good
really
spells,
good
on the trot. I think, yeah.
So he's definitely gets fit.
I don't want to say goodbye to him just yet. I think he's got another year in him.
What is he now? 34.
34, yeah.
Yeah, Peter said Deeney looks a lot fitter this season.
Yeah, he could.
As well as Scotty Hogan.
I think
I've got to say, against Burnley, Deeney's headers, the amount that he won, it was as though we've got Djukovic in the air playing in Deeney's position. That's what it was like. It was a mixture of the two. He won some phenomenal flick-ons. And the other thing I like about him is he winds up the opposition. He gets into their heads, and again, we haven't really seen that down there for such a while. That doesn't necessarily get you the goals. He ain't going to go out and score 20, 30 a season, right?
No.
But if he's getting to the point where he's making the defence think, that's going to open up the opportunities. And Scotty Hogan's he's on a half decent run. I do wish he'd put away one in every three instead of like the one in every five.
Yeah.
At the moment when he gets his chances. But you know, if he keeps on banging them away and we keep defending the way that we are, then you know we're going to start getting those 1-0s like the Albion did. And you know, just think about the Albion getting promoted a few seasons ago. They might not win games 1-0.
Dirty wins. Afternoon from a ready Texas from Mark Meredith. Good afternoon, Mark. Hope you're all well over there in the USA.
Mark.
I'll tell you one thing that is niggling me. Our free kicks, you know, from outside the box are shocking.
Yeah.
We never hit the target, you know. And some of them, well, we know Deeney's penalty wasn't the best, but we had a couple of free kicks from distance against Burnley and Blackburn. Never tested the keeper. And there's somebody, surely, they spend all afternoon doing that, and they should be registering with some goals, and they're not, and they don't look like they're ever going to. You know, I sat certainly the Bristol game. It happened as well. You know, we've scored 3 goals from set pieces, and then we get a shot from outside the box. Oh, and it's at the top of the Gil Merrick. You know, come on, hit the target. You know,
you set me up for a question, mate. Who was the last player to score a direct free kick for us?
I can't remember.
Seb Larson won it.
Seb Larson, probably. Yeah.
Did you hear that, Chris? He was the last player to score a direct free kick for us.
Who was it?
Yeah.
Was it? I don't know.
I was just saying how bad our set pieces are on direct free kicks. Like
yeah, I heard that bit. Yeah.
Stephen Gill has said Bella, and I think that's a good shout. Probably Reading.
Yes.
Bella.
Yeah.
That was probably one of the best ones we've ever scored.
Yeah. But he never repeated it.
When was
He
that?
never got another one.
That 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
No, at least, yeah.
About 4 years ago, yeah. Then I think we'd
Crazy.
shoot from outside the box as well, because the amount of chances that we've had recently where we look for the killer ball, but we haven't got these strikers to get that killer ball, right? Give it a pop. But you never know. If you don't hit a ball, you'll never know if it's going to strike the defender and go off on an angle and get a free cone goal, right?
Yeah.
We don't get those sorts of things. So we do need to have a pop ball. And it does surprise me because Eustace was always one for having a pop from outside the box.
Yeah.
So, it's a bit strange that we don't. It's not as though they haven't got the opportunity. It's not as though they haven't got the skill. He showed it already. Going, come on, look what he did against Hull.
Yeah, it was lovely though, wasn't it? Those players back in the day, like when Granger gets the ball and he's about to take a free kick, you know there's a good chance it's going in the top corner. Seb Larson, you know, even more recently, David Cottrell was really good at them as well. He scored a few crackers as well. But not for a while if we had anyone really. David Murphy was okay as well. He got a few, didn't he? We haven't had anyone really like in Larson's league, have we? Or Granger's that you can say to yourself, you know, I'll hang my hat on him top corner.
Well, that's the thing, Paul, isn't it? Sometimes, I mean, some years gone by, we'd rub our hands together. We get free kicks in Edinburgh, we'd rub our hands together, but now it's like sit back in your seats, you know. Oh, everyone around you, they're saying that's in Larson's territory, that's in Granger's territory. You never hear that now, do you? Nowadays it's like, oh, I'm going to go to the loo, I'm going to get a drink.
Or a Balti pie.
Yeah, or a Balti pie. Yeah.
To the question, what rhymes with Jonathan?
Hey?
What is it?
What? Pie.
What rhymes with Jonathan? Well, he works in the Metropolitan whilst drinking his Cosmopolitan. This is not uncommon to see Jonathan and now Roger Johnson.
I thought Nick had turned into Snoop Dogg.
Nick.
Yeah.
On Wednesday, we were pretty proud, weren't we? I mean, Nick
Not pretty.
and Craig to see that. Well, you explain it anyway, Nick.
Mate, I tell you what. Well, here's how it goes. Yeah, there was a group of young girls in Bar 8. They had got a shirt on with some logos on the back, and one of them is a Tilton Talk logo. And Chris was saying to me, like, in Bar 8, and it was really proper emotion, this was. Look how far we've come. 11 years ago, we had a plastic microphone. And now, our logo is the Guard of Honour. How special was that moment? Well done. I've got real serious gooses here.
It was.
Girls, well done. You're absolutely superb. Well done to you.
Yeah. And well done for Craig. Well done to Craig for organising that as well. Fantastic.
And all the other sponsors too, as well, because I'm sure they had their preferences as well. But for us to have, a logo on the Guard of Honour for a Birmingham City game, what an achievement! Superb, absolutely.
It was good. It was.
And everybody else who organised it, and one thing and another, and Chris. That woman, that Auntie Linda woman.
Oh, isn't she annoying?
Yeah, she's annoying. But do you remember what you said to her?
No.
Well, she came to see us, right? And as she was leaving, you went, keep your top on, Duck.
Oh, right. No, I think I think that was in reference to the number she had on the back.
All right. Takes her coat off like this, turns around, Auntie Linda 59. Chris said it should be 69.
Nick, he was being nice. I said 79 when she asked me, mate.
Can't wait to see Auntie Linda and little Jack on Wednesday. They're coming up to spend the night with us on Wednesday. I'm sure it's going to be good fun. I'm going to have a good laugh. And got a tiny little surprise for Jack when he gets here. A very small surprise about this big, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll photograph it and put it on the Tilton Talk Show.
And we must say well done to Lindsay as well for organising those girls.
That's what I just said. You're absolutely superb. Superb. A lovely lady as well, Lindsay. Lovely lady.
She is, yeah. I don't care what they say about her.
Does everybody see that red fire extinguisher over there?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
That contains my year's worth of change and will be counted on the 1st of December 2022. It's coming. It's closing in. The big day. I will be 61 on Christmas Day. Have I ever mentioned that before, ladies and gentlemen? Yeah.
Should we get on to underrated unsung heroes 11?
Yeah. Crikey, it's that time already. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
We up to the strikers yet?
Yeah, that's where we are now. Well, we've got two.
Oh, right, okay.
We've only got 2 weeks. We've only got this week and next week left now. Unless you want to do a subs bench as well.
22
Manager as well.
Yeah, we'll do
Yeah.
Shall we talk about an underrated manager at the end as well? Yeah.
Physio as well.
Physio, yeah, underrated physio.
Tea lady.
Owners. Should we do underrated owners?
Cleaner.
The nets up.
We've got the back four. We've got obviously the midfield four. So now we want 2 strikers. So who are we going for up front?
Can I kick off with Andy Saville?
Yeah.
Good
I
show.
think Andy Saville got the plaudits he deserved.
Hold on, you've been doing a bit of research.
No, I just remember I used to like him as when I was younger.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, good idea.
What about Clayton Donaldson?
Yeah.
And one I'd stick in there is Simon Sturridge.
Yeah.
Good one.
Yeah.
And his what was his brother's name?
Dean.
Steve.
Dean. Yeah.
What about the Scottish bloke? What was his name now?
Kenny Burns.
Oh, sorry.
Andy Kennedy.
Andy Kennedy.
No.
Don't say Gary O'Connor.
Gary O'Connor. Yeah.
Browne.
Just said it. Yeah. Underrated. Yeah.
I think it's a bit of a flop, dare I say.
some great names coming through. So Mark Birchall from
He's at your front door.
Kevin
Pete
Francis.
Taylor, Nicky Forster, Michael Woods,
Forster,
Jason
yeah.
Bowen,
Bobby Blake's a good shout.
Paul
Robbie Blake.
Long, Jason Hughes.
He was in the Prem though, wasn't he? And in my opinion, out of his depth in the Prem.
I wouldn't say Heskey was underrated. I just don't think he I don't know.
Well, he got his England caps, didn't he, and all that?
Yeah.
I think the song we had for him was Bang On, wasn't it? If anyone remembers that.
What one?
Sing it in C minor.
I can't sing it on here, can I? Because it's got naughty words in it, but it was right at the time.
It used to, used to be. Yeah, now he's all right.
No, he's all right.
Tell me afterwards, because I'm.
I'll tell you something about Emil Heskey. He scored more goals per game for us than any other club he played for.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes. He was only picked in the England squad once while he was with us, and he was on the best goal-scoring form of his life, and he had to pull out because he was injured. And as soon as he went to Wigan, he was back in the England side.
Yeah, there you go. What does that tell you? Scott Rothwell has said Makeda, which is a great shout, because he got something like, I think he got something like 7 goals in 11 games for us, didn't he? He was only here a short time, but he kept the goals, really. They played a massive part in keeping us up that season. Paul Caddis got the goal at Bolton, didn't he? Mm-hmm. He rarely gets mentioned, never mind. He rarely gets remembered, never mind mentioned, does he?
What about Pandiani? I thought he was all right, to be fair.
Yeah.
I've got one from my childhood.
Yeah, John Gale.
Jeff Fowden.
Jeff Fowden.
Yeah,
Jeff Fowden had unmerciful stick. He got 15 to 20 goals every year for us.
My dad loved him.
And the crowd never give him any credit, you know. And they found out during one season he did have a bare patch, and they found out that his wife had been dying during this season. She did pass away eventually, and he'd been playing through all this and getting some unmerciful stick. But he was 15 to 20 goals every year for us. Real good club man as well. Yeah.
What about do you think Dennis Bailey got the credit he deserved?
I liked him.
I like Dennis Bailey, yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
20 odd goals.
Michael Woods has said Peter Unlove.
Yeah, that's a good shout. That really is a good one.
He was one of my favourite players at the time. Well, he was my favourite player at Blues at the time. I loved him. I did. He was brilliant.
Now, this is an interesting one, really, because Sam's mentioned Marlon King. Now, I know he was quite prolific in a way, but I think he was slightly underrated about how much he put into a game. You know what I mean?
Not sure. I don't know if I'd say he was underrated though. I think he was appreciated at the Blues. A lot of fans, most of the fans, because we always used to think he scores goals, didn't we? You know, and he did. You know, and he did. Really, to be fair to him, he was prolific for us.
He wasn't liked by everybody though, was he? At Blues.
Well, his off the field activities, let's say, weren't very clever, but it was amazing. All the trouble he had with the law, he hardly missed a game for us. I mean, he could have been incarcerated, but he didn't. Right. He still turned up every week.
It probably made him a better player.
Yeah.
For us.
I remember saying to somebody, every time he gets the ball, no matter who we're playing, he gets stick from the crowd. And I said, how many teams has this bloke played for? And the answer was an awful lot. 13 or 14 teams he turned out for. So whoever we were playing, he'd had a season with them. So they'd give him a bit of stick. I mean, I remember that great game at Gillingham on a Friday night where we got 10 men and we won 2-1. He played for them.
Who's banging?
That's me. That's fine. It's Hannibal shooting.
Oh, was it? That's not what it is. Mark's mentioned Chris Wood as well.
Is he Coventry, Chris? Are they?
Oh, of course, yeah. I keep forgetting. So it's Beirut, really. You know?
They're saying kill the Brummie.
Kill the Brummie. He hates our animal. It's Hannibal's mum.
That's one of the most underrated strikers we've ever had at the club, Peter Enkelman.
Great shout.
It's the Cameron Jerome early, which I thought was a shame.
Yeah.
A lot of votes at the moment. It's extremely close between Cameron Jerome and Andy Cole.
Is it Andy Cole?
Andy Cole.
Really well. So many times.
He didn't play that many games for us,
Is it
did he?
fireworks that's going off outside?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got now.
Again,
Someone said fireworks everywhere around me. Haha. Just look out your window and make sure it's not Putin and the Russians. Just have a quick thunder.
Andy Cole only scored 1 goal for us, and that was at Wolverhampton. He never scored at St Andrews for us, but he scored for Manchester United against us, Manchester City against us, Fulham against us, and Blackburn. All against us. But when he came to us, never scored at St Andrews.
Was that off the head? Was that off the memory?
Hey?
Was that off your memory?
Yeah.
Have you done some research on that, just or not?
No. My knowledge of Andy Cole is playing for us.
I think
about 6 games.
I think you and Paul need to do a stat off.
Andy Cole was a great player when he was a great finisher, but we got him at 36? He was 36.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah. So it was the back end of his career. And he only played.
It's Diwali tonight, isn't it? Happy Diwali, everybody.
Yeah, Diwali, yeah.
Diwali,
Happy Diwali. Happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali to everyone.
But yeah, for me, I'd put Donaldson and Jerome in this bracket, personally. I think Andy Saville's a good shout, Mark.
Yeah, Kev Phillips as well. Not underrated, though, really. He was class. He was a class player.
He's one of the most clinical players we've ever had.
In my best,
substitution was that you were going to get a goal back, didn't you? You just knew. You were Kevin Phillips.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of. I'm not going to say Zigic. I don't think Zigic was underrated, was he?
Nah.
He's a
cool hero, isn't
he? For his goal.
How can you be underrated when you won a World Cup?
Yeah. I think a lot of it is but he used to be in the right place at the right time.
He was a bit bad when we got relegated. Obviously, when Clark come in, he was carried a bit. When he was a bit, he didn't his body language on the pitch and everything didn't look like he wanted to be there at all, did he?
No. I mean, come on, he's 9'3", wasn't he? So
Yeah.
The odds are that he's going to knock some in.
Yeah.
I add Wayne Clark into the list.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember him well. Clark, yeah.
Do you know what, Chris? Believe it or not, I was actually just about to say that. Wayne Clark.
Wayne Clark.
Yeah.
Yeah, good player.
Because
good family.
He played for Leeds in that infamous team.
Alan Clark, yeah. I've spoken to Alan Clark a few times, yeah.
Bremner and the likes.
Yeah. Michael Forsell, no, wasn't never underrated. Never underrated. No way.
Jason Bowen should be in there.
Jason Bowen.
He's a good player.
He was. He could play any. He could play out wide as well, couldn't he?
Yeah.
What about Pesh?
Yeah.
Pesh. That's a great shout.
He got this strange way of running, Pesh, hadn't he?
Yeah.
When he got the ball, he had really good control of it.
Was he not our best player though at the time?
Probably, yeah.
Certainly
most exciting.
Hang on. Out of all them that Barry Fry signed, how can he be our best player? I mean, we had 106 on the bench.
Yeah.
I remember Pesh second time round. He weren't as good, was he? He was a real.
No.
Be careful. He does listen to the show.
But I do love him. I mean, we all do. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think he's brilliant. We all think he's brilliant.
How about this?
Is he as good as Hannibal, Mark?
Hey?
Is he as good as Hannibal?
Well, I prefer face.
Part of the show
Who's the biggest? Who's the tallest? Oh, actually.
Second part of the show is Mark's on Pesh.
No. I like Pesh. You're trying to fit me up here.
That with Mick Harford, discuss.
Oh, Mick Harford. No, he was class.
Legend.
He's always going to be a legend. Always.
We're on about players here that don't get mentioned much. Makeda as well was a brilliant shout.
Gary Bull.
Gary Bull. Yeah.
And the other one we had, Steve. What was his name? Steve
McGavin.
Steve McGavin. Yeah. He never let us down.
Steve McGavin.
Oh God, I don't remember him.
What's Steve Whitten?
Steve Whitten. That's a blast from the past. Yeah. Steve Whitten.
Not the surname though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
a bit too close to the comfort, isn't it?
Yeah.
But no, he's a great player. He was.
Oh, Terry Cooper signed Pesh. There you go.
Yeah, he did.
Hello,
25 grand.
Hello, Nicholas Wellsbury. Hello to you, and he's going to be in the George on Friday night. So go and say hello, Nick Wellsbury. Lovely, lovely guy. Sorry,
Paul Barnes. Bob and Mark Meredith have both said. And
all right, who are we going to choose then? Because we've been on this 10 minutes now.
Chef as well. Chef.
But, Craig, do you want to keep your eye on it and let us know who wins at the end? Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to put one more in there before we disappear. Right, Mike Newell.
Newell, yeah, he didn't play that many games, though, did he? Or did he?
Do you know what, Craig? That is a brilliant shout. He's a black-haired guy, wasn't he?
Tall, gangly thing, wasn't
He only played about 5 games, though, didn't he?
I mean, I remembered something.
Didn't play many, but
made me laugh what Granger said about him when he come on the show. That they'd all get a coach to an away game and he'd just meet them there.
Yeah.
I'll see you there, mate.
Just one more before we go on that. Marcello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He never got the credit he deserved either. Yeah.
Yeah. Good shape.
I don't know. We're going to pick one out of that lot.
We'll have to go with the viewers' votes.
That's got to be the biggest variety we've had for a long time.
I think we must have had about 60 names chucked out there.
Yeah.
And we've got to do it all again next week.
I'm going to save a few for next week.
Maybe we'll do it all again next week.
I'm going 4-5-1 now. We want another midfielder next week.
Great shout, Mr. Chairman, says Michael Woods.
Yeah.
Andy Johnson. That's my very, very last one.
Oh God, yeah, Andy.
Yeah. I think
Andrew.
His first game for us. I think I was in the row icon Gilmerick, right? And he just comes storming down where the manager's dugouts are, storming down, and he got the ball. And I looked at him and I thought, wow, that is definitely one for the future. Andy Johnson's a really good shout. That really is. Yeah.
He went from a lot of hair to no hair.
Yeah.
You'd have to think as well, what if, if we hadn't have, sort of like let him go to Palace and swapped him for Clinton Morris. I mean, if we'd have signed Clinton Morrison and kept him as well, don't get me wrong, but if Andy Johnson had done for us what he'd have done for Crystal Palace, in hindsight, imagine him and do Gary up front.
Wow.
In his prime.
He became a hero at Palace, didn't he?
Yeah.
Still is.
Did well at Everton as well.
Look, this one is Keith Birchin.
Oh, not underrated though. No, he's a legend. He was a legend. Legend.
Sorry, I'm giggling to myself again, but Nigel Mann has said you can't call it Marky Marks points on Hannibal. You really should call it skid marks because Hannibal's that quick.
Have we got a squad game? This week, Mark? Craig, sorry.
We haven't got
no, my bad. I haven't actually chosen any squads this week.
No, we'll line it up for next week.
Which one of your family are ducking and diving this week?
Yeah.
To be fair, we were going to do another wind up this week, but we ran out of time. We'll save for next week. Yeah, we won't say what it is.
Are we donating the tickets to this week, guys, please?
We are just waiting. I'm waiting to hear back, and then I'll announce who's got it for Friday. Say again, Nick.
Are our people talking to their people?
Yes, I've reached out.
Well, we need to know at this point in time, but do announce it on the old Tilton. And it was great. It was lovely. You know what about them girls that come in? Chris, you take this one, with the other t-shirts on.
Pardon?
On Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's our game.
It's our game. Yeah, it's her game too. Her game too.
Her game too. That was it. Yeah.
We got her in the end.
Yeah.
Actually, whilst we're shouting out special things that are upcoming, please watch out for a festive charity event that we're going to be doing for multiple local charities. But we now have a signed shirt from this season that has been donated by Boyle Sports. We have had a signed shirt from last season, which was actually won by a friend of the show, John Farrington. He's actually donating it back to us for again, charity event this time around. We've got two lots of tickets. 8 tickets in total to give away for the games across the festive period, thanks to Hollywood Monster. And I'm awaiting some further details as well of other things that will be included as part of that. So watch out. All going to be covering local charities, and let's get to raise as much as possible on those. So more
excellent.
to come.
Is this going to be all through December, Craig?
All through December, yes.
Perfect. Yeah. Brilliant. Now, Christmas Day being on it's my birthday, Christmas Day. Christmas Day being on a Sunday this year. We'll be doing a Tilton Talk Show on Boxing Day, obviously because the football will be on, etc., or are we going to do that on the Tuesday?
No, that's my day of rest, I'm afraid.
Burnley,
got no chance.
There'll be no football.
What's your day of rest, Chris?
Boxing Day.
Yeah, that's fine.
I have one every year.
I think Christmas.
Are we going to do one on the Tuesday or not?
What day is that?
It's Blues playing it now on the Tuesday.
Yeah, Blues playing the Tuesday.
Playing on the Tuesday.
Tuesday's on Tuesday, Chris.
You replied as well.
Christmas Day's on a Saturday.
Yeah. We play at Burnley on Sunday.
Yeah.
And
then we got
Bank Holiday Mondays on Tuesday.
So we got Burnley away on Boxing Day.
Look, we've got a bit of time. We'll let you know in plenty of time whether we're going to do one in that week or
not.
You've got one, and then that happens and falls on the same day. So are we really going to go like kind of almost 3 weeks without doing a show? Probably not.
Are we going to have an international break when the World Cup's on?
Oh God, yeah, we've got to, haven't we? What are we going to talk about?
Well, I think
there's nothing to talk about.
Right. Well,
Iran's chances of surviving.
After our last game,
not in the World Cup. Just survive.
Then we'll see how the first week goes. But then what we'll do is we'll order a plane on the second week back home.
Yeah. Okay. I'm already waiting. I already can't wait for the World Cup to be over. It started.
World Cup special times 4.
Hey, exactly.
Michael Woods. No, let's have a World Cup special times 4.
No, or let's just completely ignore that.
Is Michael saying you have to say it 4 times?
Oh, that's a good idea. We should do a World Cup edition on our players out there.
Yeah.
What players have we got out there? Can somebody tell me? Remind me.
Flechette's going to be injured, isn't he? Bielik will be there.
Mm-hmm.
Trusty might be with America. Jordan James in Wales.
Yeah, but he'll be playing against us. I don't really want to talk about him.
Okay, let's not do one.
Yeah.
We talk about Flechette for an hour and a half.
Exactly.
On the bench, like he's on the bench for Poland.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They
a belting show, that will.
So, 23 minutes left of the show left.
Oh, yeah. Hannibal, yes.
Yeah.
How can Mark forget that?
At this point, I want to give a great, massive shout out to a Blue Nose, a friend of ours, a friend of the show's, Tracy Hemmings' gorgeous husband, Tony, who is still in hospital. And he's had a major operation on his lung to remove a large section of it. I'm not going to go into personal details, but Tracy's talking to Sharon on a regular basis. So I've messaged Tracy overnight and said, look, I'm not going to ask her any questions because Sharon's telling me all the news that, and I think that's the right way to do it because
definitely.
Now, he was going to go over and see Tracy on Sunday, me and Chaz, but obviously because of the huge operation that Tony's had to have on his lung,
it's probably best to leave it for a bit, isn't it?
But like Tony is a Blue Nose, he's one of us, ladies and gents. So give him your thoughts, give him your prayers if you pray, if you're religious, please, whatever. Even if you just think about his name, right? Tony Hemmings. And Bradley was in the hospital last week as well. My goodness me, poor Tracy's going through the mill, mate, honestly. And she's one of us, one of our tenor ladies. But just give him some thoughts and come on, Tony, you're a Blue Nose, mate. You can pull through. Fight for every single breath, my friend. Fight. And let's see you back at St Andrews as soon as we possibly can. Don't overdo it, sunshine, because that It's folly. It's silly. Do what you're told. Do it right and get back to being a part of what we are at Birmingham City. Blue Nose family. Tony Hemmings, Kate Rowan.
Kate Rowan.
Absolutely.
Michael wants to know, can we have a World Cup special that's called Mark's Mark in Hannibal's Marks card? Something gives me the impression, Mark, that nobody's going to.
We got something for the last 15 minutes, guys.
Hannibal, he's playing for Tunisia now. Are they in the final? I think they are, aren't they?
Yeah,
they are there. Yeah, they're there. Yeah.
I've got something for the last 15 if you want.
Super. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah. This will be a change actually, because most of the time we've thought about our last 15 a good few hours beforehand, and we've been able to come up with some, haven't we?
Yeah.
Now we've got no time to think now, except for Paul, who's thinking.
I remind you, gentlemen, that you asked me to do it, and
yes,
that's very true.
Sorry.
No. I have to admit that
you forgot. 6
days ago, I had wonderful ideas. Can't remember any of them. So carry on. It's just a senior thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know, Brian. I know exactly what you're on about, Steve.
Do we think?
See, my problem is mine isn't a senior thing. Mine's been all my life.
Yeah.
I was branded a dunce at school because 8 to 64. I couldn't remember it in the afternoon when I've been told it in the morning.
Yeah, you're just naturally thick. I'd be quite proud of
that. I'll have you know, Chris Browne, I've got 14 professional qualifications to my name, including a business degree, including service management, project management, practitioner at project management at the high level, and City and Girls electrical testing. I've got my own pub licence.
Nick, I've got a printer as well.
Right, I just can't remember short-term things, right, but I can remember my first day at school. The admin kicked me.
Which school, Nick? Which one?
On the edge.
Westgate Infant School in Warwick. I drove past there this morning, actually.
Well, I mean, which year? Junior, infant, secondary,
kindergarten, nursery.
No, we didn't have nurseries. We didn't have nurseries back in my day, mate.
Scouts.
How are we getting on with them votes, Craig?
No, he hasn't budged, actually. We are still neck and neck between Jerome and Andy Cole. It really does surprise me. There are other names being chucked out there, and the one that's come up a couple of times now is Chucho.
Bless him.
And also Walter Pandiano. So
that's
four that are there. Those are them.
Pandiano was, that's a bit of a mystery, that was. I thought he was all right.
He was all right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
Chucho
all right.
was a good shout, though. Chucho, that's a good shout.
I think the thing with Pandiani was he came in when Forsell got injured, didn't he? And everyone was expecting him to follow Forsell, which he could never do.
No.
But if you look at him as a player on his own, he was all right, as you say. He was all right.
Yeah.
Scored against against the top clubs as well, didn't he? Like
Man United, Liverpool,
Yeah. Scored at Chelsea, didn't he, as well?
Scored at Chelsea.
Yeah.
He almost scored a cracker at Old Trafford when he hit the bar.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Big goal season if he'd have scored that.
Yeah.
It's been absolutely essential in the last 15 minutes of this programme. His name comes up every week. Pandemic. Pan America, whatever.
Lily, if you wish to make a suggestion for the last 15, do it privately. Don't do it on the page. Just send one of us or all of us or whatever a message. If there's something you specifically want, then that would be great. Anybody else can do that too, but don't put it on there because it gives people time to think.
Yeah.
That's dangerous.
And we can't think.
And Steve Whitten has also come up on a couple of occasions.
Steve Whitten, I didn't realise we had old people on here.
I don't need to be sorry, Lily. It's just that I'm saying, like, what we don't want to do is preempt anything, yeah? Just send one of us a message. Oh, I'd love you to do this for the last 15, yeah?
Yeah.
Late run of names. So Keith Birchin has now come into the equation as well.
Oh, I wouldn't say he was underrated, though. Just wouldn't. Come on, Paul. Then give us your last 15.
Idea. Not yet. It's 1 minute to go. Predictions for the weekend. Predictions for the weekend, quickly.
Okay, predictions. Please. Me, 2-1 Blues.
Woo! Chairman of the board.
Go for it.
2-0 Blues.
Paul Hipkiss.
1-0 Blues.
Mark Adams.
I'm going to go 2-1 Blues.
2-2.
2-1.
2-1. Right. Sorry.
Yeah,
I was going to say 2-2 to the Blues. Craig.
I'm going to say the same as Paul, 1-0 Blues.
I'm going to go with Alan and 2-0. 2-0. Right. Craig, absolutely superb to see you and your lovely family down at Bar 8 the other day, mate. It was brilliant. Loved it. Loved every minute of it. We had a cracking laugh and a good conversation. Mark, great to see you also on the the terraces. That's what we used to call it back in my day, mate. Terraces. Paul, did you go to the Burnley game?
I didn't, unfortunately, Nick. No.
Oh, because we were trying to look for you in the boss seats.
Yeah. Who was that bloke? Who was waving to them?
Probably would have been my dad. My dad was there, but I couldn't.
Right.
So yeah, my dad was there, but yeah, I couldn't make it.
It's really personal, but can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Has your dad got a bald head?
Yeah.
Because we thought we could see you. Got to be him up there. Look at you up there.
So we've had a few a few results coming through. So Mike Woods, 2-1 Blues. Lily Paddy saying Hannibal to score a hat-trick and 3-0 Blues, and then awaiting Mark's replies. Nigel Mann, 1-0 Blues. Stephen Gill, 2-2. Mike Hill, 3-1 Blues. Dave Twine, good shout. Friday, is it a weekend? No, but we can stick with that one. Dave Twine, 2-1 Blues. Dom Kavanagh, 0-0.
0-2.
Blues with a frustration backlash from Pete Taylor.
Interesting stuff there. Okay, Paul, off you go with the last 15 minutes for today.
Okay, so being part of a sort of hygiene and mat business myself, I'm going to throw this out there.
You had a shower this morning.
Say again? Yeah. So
you've been in the shower.
Yeah, I haven't had a shower. Yeah, so it's anything to do with hygiene. Something you might find in a washroom or anything to do with sort of floor. What you might see on the floor, like a mat or floor protection. Yeah. So basically, anything along those lines to do with hygiene and floor care, to do with football.
Oh, okay.
I've got to say this, chaps. Lee Carsey.
That's the best one you've ever done, Alan.
It certainly is. Yes, I will now.
And it's not much of a benchmark, is it really?
Otter water.
Not allowed. You're barred. They're already coming through with.
Oh my God! Look at them.
Matt LeBlanc.
Don't get that one.
Nigel Mann.
Jif Kenner.
Jif Kenner.
Mark Brooks, you are a megastar. Jif Kenner.
Here come the Hannibal ones.
Hannibal Dyson.
Nigel Carsey.
Where did they get it from? Please tell me.
Oh, and I thought this was quite a difficult one to do as well. I really did.
Lou Macari.
It doesn't matter what you say, Crystal. Probably something brilliant. Doesn't matter what.
I know, yeah. So I'm actually in that industry, and I can't think of one.
Yeah.
Julian Barber's son.
Julian Barber's son. Dom, I love you so.
What about Eric Dwyer?
Yeah, Eric Dwyer. Yeah, good one.
You're killing me, honestly. John Philip.
That was good.
This one time
Oh, Jason Hughes, Armitage, Bill Shanks. Yeah.
I promise I am actually crying.
I'm not going to say Nicky Butt Plugs. Ricky Shotto.
This is what Mondays are for, isn't it?
John Silly Bang.
That's the best one.
That is class, that is. Don Kavanagh.
Oh,
John Sillybank. Where the hell did you get that? Oh, my life.
Oh, that's got me, though. That's brilliant.
It's brilliant, isn't it? Oh, clever.
You've still got a little bit to go. Walter Pandiani. Oh,
Yeah.
A bit of water there.
Leave him out. Can't leave him out.
No. Oh,
What about Shower Gel Merrick?
Can we just...
Oh, that's actually hurting the back of my head now from laughing at that one. Absolutely crazy.
It's a pretty good one, isn't it, that we've never had before?
It is really, yeah. Sometimes those are the best, aren't they?
Well, think about all the ones that we've never had.
Oh, yeah.
Gets harder each week, doesn't it, to think?
Oh, God. Oh.
I think we had something similar once because we were told not to say Arsenal.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Bobby Soap. Nick Spray on Spall.
Yeah.
Clever. Lee Sealand.
Come on, up the game. Come on.
Yeah. Come on. We want to see Mark crying. Nick crying.
Honestly, them earlier ones, mate, they had me proper. That was
I don't know whether John Sillybank can actually be beaten because that is
John Sillybank.
No, I don't think so.
The other one, so it's just
Yeah, that was a good one as well.
Ever going to forget that, do you?
Can we have Jason
I'll be
Hughes with
the
Eric
Flora.
Dyer?
Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah.
Oh, Nigel, please.
Yeah. So we've got Michael Fawcett, Eric Diarrhea, Bobby Zoflora, Hugh Johns for wiping,
Off the case.
Razor Ruddock. I don't get that one. Dick Noir.
You don't get it?
No, Dick
Don't
Noir.
you remember what he said to us in London?
No, Dick.
No,
Noir.
I'm talking about another one.
Huh?
I'm talking about another. Yeah, Dick Noir. Dick Noir. No, I don't get it. Mop and floor cell. Mop and floor cell.
That's good as well.
Ah, it's clever. Yeah.
I'm not going
Okay.
to say Danny Shitter.
No, you can't say. I would not say Johnny shit on here. No.
That's normal. Say Danny shit up.
No. In fact, I don't think we should say Danny Shito again on the show at all.
Shit too. It was shit too, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's his real name.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not swearing, is he? Because that's his name, Danny Shitter.
Okay, so on that subject, how many players had very unfortunate surnames or first names can we think of as well? As a little sideline to this,
My favourite is Kenny Lunt.
Kenny Lunt, yeah. I suppose Jonathan Hunt as well.
What about, remember Clint Easton? Norwich. He's still one of the.
Skidmore was coming and Dean Windass.
Yeah, Dean Windass. Yeah.
Can't read it. The one above that I can't read out.
Usually we can't really read out Michael Woods, but actually that's good as well.
Funny though, mate. Funny. Keep on coming.
Yeah.
Right, John Bumstead. Remember him?
Yes.
So apparently this is a real name, Lopez Ufarte. Lopez Ufarte.
Yeah, I
He was in the
remember
Spanish team. Yeah.
Yeah, Ufarte, yeah. He used to go like the wind.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Dixon Seaman, they were unfortunate, weren't they, as well?
Run out of ideas now, haven't we, with this?
Yeah, I think we have. Paul Toilet Brush. I'm not sure. Fanny Lee, yeah. That one. It was Franny Lee, not Fanny Lee. Alberto Baxam Tarantini.
I don't get that one. Please explain, Jason Hughes.
Unless that was an unfortunate name, even so, I still don't understand it either. Villa had a back three in the 60s of Browne, Arse, and all.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's true, I think, isn't it? Yeah.
Jim Browne, Barry Hall, and Oscar Arse.
Imagine that. What a back line.
Brilliant.
Wow.
That's what got him in the third division.
Yeah. Brown arsehole.
Please.
I'll say it again, Nick. I'll say it again, Nick. Brown arsehole.
I know. Please confirm that that's actually true, because
It's true. No, it's true.
Absolutely.
It is true. Yeah, it is true. That's come up some.
In fact, they had two arses. There was Hector arse and Oscar.
I know it's true because somebody dropped it earlier. Oh my God! Oh dear!
Oh my life! It's off the scale. This comedy that you come up with every week.
It's crazy. Yes. So we've got 4 minutes to go, Nick.
4 minutes. 4 minutes to
Anything
go. To do with cleansing products, or the bathroom? How do we drag this show down to its utter bottom limits every week?
We're pretty good at. We've been pretty good at it so far.
Oh, Mark Brooks,
Yeah, right.
I like Mark Brooks' Thomas Farty.
Yeah.
Jason Hughes' ones were very good as well with Ozzy Ardelisterine.
Oh yeah. That's a good one.
Mark Wood says this is brilliant. I'm in full. I'm with you, brother. I promise I'm with you, mate. I promise you. It's lovely. A bit of a laugh at the end of the show, ladies and gents. You can't beat that, can you? Come on, let's just a few more. Now we've got 4.5 minutes to go. 4 minutes. Ramp it up.
How are we doing, Craig? How are we doing on the votes?
We scarily have not had any more votes through, but because of everybody just saying how much they're laughing. So we are still neck and neck at this present moment between Jerome and Andy Cole.
Somebody please say Cameron Jerome.
Yeah, please. I can't. No way is Andy Cole going to win that.
Should we have a vote between ourselves?
I mean, I would say that Cam Jerome would be in mine.
It'd be mine as well. It'd be mine as well. Yeah.
I think Jerome.
Definitely. I'd say both of them.
Out of them
Yeah.
two,
You've got Bayliss and Wes Harding.
Bayliss and Wes Harding, yeah.
No.
That's good, yeah. Shaka and Vacky Slop.
Yeah. Shake Vacky Slot, yeah.
Yeah, Dave Twine and Anthony Lloyd are going both for Andy Cole. Scott's gone for Jerome. Get lost. Dave's... you can't vote twice.
Twice, Dave. Sorry, it doesn't count.
Sorry. So that means that both of his votes are void.
But it's just coming back to the lily pad. Matt Letizia roll. Matt Letizia roll.
I like the Bath
as well.
Bath Matt Letizia.
Oh dear. Cameron. Everyone was saying Cameron Jerome. Should we go for Jerome?
Okay.
Let's go.
But then we've got to have Cam Jerome, yeah.
Yeah, we don't care what votes come in after that now.
Do we all agree? Yeah. Alan, do you think he was underrated and unsung hero a bit?
Yes, yeah. He was so frustrating. He got so much pace, so much strength, but he couldn't finish regularly. He never. I'm trying to think of the game. Oh, the Blackburn game when we won 4-1, but we still went down. He missed from 2 foot out. He got a side footer and it went over the crossbar. Nearly went up his nose and went over the crossbar. And then you think about the game at Liverpool where he smashed that. I mean, that was a wonder.
I was right behind that when he did that. I went to that one, and it was just stunning, absolutely stunning when he did that.
And he's got his goal at Wolves, the winning goal at Wolves, fantastic. Just pace, and he could finish, but he just sometimes. He had a mare,
erratic, wasn't he?
Erratic, yeah, that's a good word.
Yeah. We all agree that he was, sort of unsung hero a bit, like underrated.
Yes. Because when he did score vital goals, he was
2 minutes left. Get some more. Quick. I've got Johnny Sinkwater. Walter on the potty panty. Tim Showers, that's quite good. I like that one. That's good. grave given. honestly. I would have thought.
Mark Meredith said, Danny, don't drink toilet water.
I'd have thought it got 10.
Is he retired now?
But like,
or is he still like a free agent?
Don't know.
Not sure.
No, I think he's still playing, isn't he?
I'll go for Shower Curtain Albion.
Shower Curtain Albion.
I'm just trying to contribute, mate. That's all.
What about Andy? What about Andy Johnson and Johnson?
I get that. Only because I use their products. Yeah.
And Drexel Empire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there we go, Nick. It is now 8 o'clock.
It is 8 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for that last 15 minutes. I'm just going to go and read them again and start crying all over again, mate. It was absolutely superb. Brilliant. I absolutely love Birmingham comedy. And you make the week every single week on a Monday night. Not only doing this, meeting up with these guys here, meeting up with you lovely people as well out there. But that last 15 minutes, Delcom Page.
This is brilliant.
Yeah, clever, isn't it? Yeah.
Delcom Page.
Look
at this still coming in.
I know, yeah.
I'm here all night.
I thought there's nothing on telly, is that?
Brilliant laugh at the end there. Super. Well done. Thank you so very much for that. I'm going to start writing these down so I can I could earn more money than J.K. Rowling on this. Ladies and gentlemen from the team, the one and only Inspector, Craig Courtney.
All right, everyone. Thanks for allowing.
All right, mate. Have a great week and look after that lovely family of yours, mate. Superb. Great meeting them all on Wednesday. Mark Adams from Coventry.
I live in Coventry. I'm a bummy. Yeah, have a good week, everybody. Stay safe. Look after each other and see you all next week.
My old mate, the savant himself, Mr. Fawley. Because have you got a robe on?
I got my blues hoodie on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It looks like a towel.
It is. It's one of those great
Why are
big
you
ones.
scaring me now? Go on. Put your scan away. Go on.
Yeah. Good night, all. Anyway, been a pleasure as always, and speak to you all. Well, see you all next week.
Chairman of the board, Mr. Alan Watton.
Yeah, God bless every blue nose on the planet. Thanks for some great fun tonight. God bless you all.
And Chris Browne.
Good night and thanks for listening. Don't forget to catch the podcast tomorrow if you want to hear it all again in glorious stereo with all the crap bits taken out.
I promise.
So there'll be a very, very, very short.
Sorry, Chris. I thought you finished. Sorry. And thanks for me because I have not cried like that in a long time. Not since Wednesday anyway. You know what?
Mark Brooks has said if you pull your. Sorry, Nick.
Yeah, crack on, Craig. Sorry.
I was going to say.
I'm not on headphones. Everything's quiet.
Mark Brooks has said, Paul, if you put your hood up, you look like a Smurf.
Here comes the music.
An absolute pleasure and a joy once again. Season 12. Goodness gracious me, how have we done this, Chris? I've known you for more than a fifth of my life now. That's a long time.
Scary, isn't it?
It's dark and scary. And Halloween is coming soon. We will be back next Monday, 6:30.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining us. You've been listening to
Take care.
Tilton Talk Show.
My last thoughts go with our blue nose friend, Tony Hemmings, and of course Tracy and Bradley. Good night. God bless. Take care.
Good night.
We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more